showcased.
Welcome everybody to another live edition of the Showcase Pod. I am Don Vega, joined by the boss Chris Blackheart. Chris Blackheart, is a great day today.
Starting off cheating, but the good part is
We got a guest in studio.
we do. Some days
today.
when you're cheating, it just goes a little bit rotten.
It's a little bit rotten.
Yeah.
Okay, so our guest today is Mr. Rottnn, comedian John Harrington. Welcome to the Showcase Pod.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So I like to get started right away with the guest. I want to know how Little John got involved into comedy.
Well, I wasn't little when I got in. I was probably like 40 years old.
Okay.
And then I had a big party at my buddy's house, which was only supposed to be like 100 people, but like 600 people came to this fucking party. And so the kid who owned the house hired a couple comedians. Well, I knew the comedians already. So before the show, I was yucking it up with them. And they're like, you got to try this. So while we were talking, I know a bunch of bar owners. And one of the bar owners is like, if you do it, I'll do it at my spot. So then we set up the deal. I had no freaking clue how to do comedy. So it was definitely a challenge to do it. But as soon as I did it, I fell in love.
Okay. Before that, were you into like comedians? Were you a fan of comedy movies?
Oh, I was a big fan of comedy, yeah.
Yeah. What kind of comedians that you watch? Movies and stuff like that.
Oh, Rodney Dangerfield, Robin Williams.
Okay.
All the good 80s
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, all the good
Yeah.
stuff. I'm dating myself.
Wh-
but yeah.
Which,
All
ironic.
the good comics.
No,
Sorry.
Imagine the kids watched it
Yeah. Oh, they had no idea.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. They would be offended. I
they
would
would.
guarantee
Yeah,
it.
yeah, a lot
Richard
of-
Pryor is definitely offended.
A lot of people be offended at some of the stuff that you could play on the air and get away with.
Oh, just some of the wordplay. You'd get killed.
Definitely, I wouldn't get away with it now.
No.
So you did that gig at your friend's house? Big
I wasn't
party,
at the house. This was at a bar.
at a bar.
This
okay.
the party they did.
Yeah.
I didn't have nothing to do with
So
that.
you were inspired from the party.
Yeah.
Bar owner's like, hey,
Yeah. John Prada and Eddie Yalvin is the ones who got me involved in it.
Okay.
bar still open or?
Yeah. Oh, well, no. The
All right.
bar's more dead.
Right.
It was Sean and Oz, and then it was Rosie's. When I did it, it was Rosie's, and probably held about 7,500 people.
Okay.
So I got thrown right in the deep end, right off the bat.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we packed it too. It was a good time.
So you got
So
to.
wait, what was first time? Tell us about that first time.
Oh, I ate a bag of dicks.
You did?
Yeah. Well, I pulled a chicken from a chick's ass. That's one of them, and 90% of them were vagina jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you never.
So it was
so you-
terrible.
So you
It
never.
was
got-
absolutely
You never
terrible.
got in, or?
Oh no! I still got in.
Okay.
I still got. They didn't shun me for that, thankfully.
But that okay. So that was how you got introduced.
Yeah.
And then you started learning the craft.
Yeah. I learned by kind of doing. Because once you get up there, you know what makes people laugh and what
Yeah.
doesn't, and you've got to find out the hard way. Yeah. Anybody can tell you how to make people laugh, but when you get up there to do it, it's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's just like wrestling.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they can go in there and do it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's a
Until
whole
they
different
get in there
ballgame
and do it.
until
Everybody
you get in
loves
the ring,
booking
yeah.
it too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they'll jump right in it.
Yeah, it's definitely a different ballgame. Once you are out there, you're in front of an audience. You have to kind of dictate where you're heading and what the reactions that you're gonna get and that you're expecting to get.
You're driving the car.
Yes.
And if you go off the road,
Yeah.
you're
Yes.
gonna pay for it.
Yes, indeed. So that was your first experience. What are some of the favorite places that you have gotten to perform in when it comes to locally or even throughout the United States?
Well, there was a place in Cranston I loved doing. It was it's closed now, so I shouldn't say it.
So
But-
we just mentioned every
Cranston,
every
yeah.
place you're gonna say is closed.
No. The Comedy Connection, Comics Roadhouse in Connecticut. There's a theater, I can't remember the friggin' name of it, but it was.
It's in Rhode Island.
That was one of my favorite shows.
Are they closed?
No, they're still open. I'm gonna
Okay.
hopefully go back there pretty soon.
Okay. All right. Christopher? You,
No, I did. You know, the more we spoke, and I spoke with other people in comedy. Is a lot of it stuff is very similar between wrestling and comedy.
Sure.
Between getting started, working the different shows, paying your dues.
Yeah. Well, you don't get any respect from the comics unless you're out there doing it. Like if you're just like coming to a show, if somebody's letting you on a show, and that's the only time you're doing it, they don't really respect that.
Yeah.
You gotta go to the open mics,
Yeah.
do some of the hell gigs where you got 3 people in the audience and all
Yeah.
3 of them are comics. And all 3 of them are trying to figure out what they're gonna say when they get up there, so
Yeah.
you gotta go through that. And it does make you stronger. I tell all the new comics now, when they get in that kind of situation, I said that's the most important part, because when no one's listening to you, that's when you're at your most vulnerable. And if you don't get through that in a safe space, it's going to be tougher to do it in front of a big audience, because now there's a lot more pressure on you. So yeah.
Yeah, we tell the kids that all the time. And wrestling is easy to wrestle in front of 300 people. It's tough to wrestle in front of 3 people.
Yeah.
Because everyone's looking at you, everybody can see everything, and it's your job to get those 3 people going.
Yep.
And guess what? It's really easy to find out you didn't get them going.
Your high spots don't feel so high when
They're
there's
not high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when there's 3 people in the audience.
Yeah, so
we got
it's-
some comments. I see there's some
Already?
comments floating around already. Daniel, you want to head over to
There's going
Our
to be a
comments
lot of
there?
comics in there.
Chaotic, when is Johnny Rotten going to get in the ring?
Hopefully never.
Comic.
who's the question from?
Chaotic.
Chaotic. Okay.
All right.
Who else we have on the chat?
Jeffrey Joseph, who's Rotten's favorite woman wrestler?
Oh, there you go.
My favorite woman's wrestler?
Yeah.
Well, I have to say this because I hung with her. It was, what was her name? Angel. Shit.
Is she a local girl? Or
No, Philly girl.
Philly girl.
From ECW?
Angel Orsini?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Angel
Yeah.
Orsini.
Yes.
Sorry, Angel.
Yeah, she's an ECW
I'm on
girl,
the spot.
Yeah. Old school ECW girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, who else we have on the chat?
Joshy Stallion, is Johnny Rotten going to wrestle down Vega?
I don't know. You're gonna try to
Well,
tackle
I mean,
him?
in all honesty, he's barely known him for 13 minutes.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
I haven't
So-
pissed him off enough yet.
Yeah.
But give me time.
But on the other hand, I've known him to be pissed off before 13 minutes, too.
Well, it is what it is. But definitely, so we were talking, and actually we heard about, John and all that from one of our friends that is just starting out in comedy. Was a wrestler, been on Jerry Springer, as you know, and other appearances, other places. The real deal, Joel Davis. I want to quickly go to that time when you first met Joe.
Oh, I love the story. From
And how did that come about?
Oh, he was abrasive right off the bat. That's what I kind of liked about Joe. Though. He was up front. He was full of energy.
Yeah.
And he is within the reach of his hand. He's telling you his resume, which is I like that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he's straight to the point, straight
Yeah.
shooter. Raw and real, as he likes to say. The real deal, Joel Davis.
He is real,
So,
for sure.
you got some shows coming up in the area that we want to get into. But before we get into those, I hear through the grapevine that September 13, when we return to Taunton, Massachusetts at the BFW Hall in 82 Ingle Street, you're going to be on hand, and we're actually going to see a set of comedy by the Rottnn.
Yes. Yes, I'm looking
So
forward
you're
to
going to
it.
be in the house.
Yeah.
Yes.
So those who put that in a message,
So I will be getting in the
we will
ring.
be getting in the ring,
We
okay?
will be getting in the ring and making you laugh.
Yeah.
So that's going to happen September 13, coming up at the Taunton BFW Hall, 82 Ingle Street in Taunton, Massachusetts. You can go to showcaseprowrestling.com for all the info there. And you don't want to miss it. Wrestling comedy. It's going to be a great time.
It's going to be a wicked good time.
It has to be better than rock and wrestling, because that sucked in
Yeah.
the 80s.
It was nice seeing Greg Valentine. sing.
Anytime you saw rock and wrestling, It's like, oh, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna work.
Bobby Heenan dancing in the background.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't. Like, I know locally when people try to do rock and wrestling shows, it
Yeah.
would be like, oh, we're gonna do a match,
And then a song.
and then a song, and a match, and a song, and it's like,
It's too long to break down.
no, just do one and then the other,
Yeah.
because it's, I don't know.
So Joe's going back to Joe. Joe told me you're a big wrestling fan.
Correct.
I want to get into that. I want to get into how far along in age were you when you first discovered pro wrestling and you became, you know, a fan.
I was a fan, like you, in the early 80s. I started watching the Saturday morning
Yeah.
wrestling with Andre the Giant and the Samoans and all
Yes.
of them. And I ended up getting to meet Andre the Giant at a convention. It was Andre the Giant, the Incredible Hulk, and I don't know if you guys remember this, Dukes of Hazzard.
I love the Dukes of Hazzard.
You remember the fucking goofy?
Did you do Daisy?
The goofy kid? No, it wasn't. I wish it was Daisy.
Oh, I
Jesus
met
Christ.
her when I was a
Birdie.
kid.
Remember Birdie?
No, which one's Birdie?
Birdie was the deputy, the goofy deputy that was trying to
deputy.
date Daisy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Is
he ended up
was
with
it-
an
Was it
offshoot.
Dewey or?
No,
I know who you're talking about. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Like, I met Roscoe Pico train
yeah,
when I was a
he's
kid.
yeah, he was there too. That
Yeah.
night, yeah. Birdie was it? They called him Birdie.
Yeah.
He was like Roscoe's cousin or some
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I met them. He was the friendliest of one of them all. Andre, when he shook my hand. I was only a little kid, but it was my whole forearm. He grabbed his whole hand, took my
Yeah.
whole fucking forearm. It was crazy. It was like he was shaking my whole body when he got me, and he was wicked sweet. And you could tell he was in, even back then. I'm not remembering it after seeing what happened to him. I couldn't tell at the time, but now that I'm looking back at it, you could see that he was in pain
Yeah.
because he was big then. He was like 5'60" or something like that.
Yeah.
But Lou Ferrigno was a dick. I couldn't believe it.
Lou Ferrigno,
But he had a line out there.
Incredible
He was
Hulk.
probably there for 3 hours, probably signing.
Well, okay. Was
so
he,
by the time he got to me,
was he in the green or?
no.
All right.
no.
So,
He did this. What's your name?
yeah.
And I was like, really, dude? I waited 2 hours to see
Yeah,
him.
they say never meet your hero.
That's what it ruined it. It ruined it.
Well,
for me.
now-
I still love the Hulk though.
Hulk Hogan.
Well,
yeah.
for you-
Oh, Hulk Hogan. or-
Incredible Hulk.
Incredible
Well, Hulk Hogan too.
Okay.
But
all right.
do you
I didn't
remember
get to
that
meet him.
as a kid?
Huh?
When I'm sure a kid is going up and asking for your autograph, but when fans do you
Yeah.
remember that? And
I always try to be. I've only had a couple instances where I've been asked for an autograph.
yeah,
But the couple that I have, I've tried to
yeah,
sell it. You know, like this is going to be something
yeah,
good.
yeah. Limited edition. 'cause
Exactly.
There's only 3 of them. You're number 4. You know.
You're listening to me. I might be
But-
dead soon, so this is going to be worth some
I've
money.
been doing this for 10 years. I don't give them out to anyone. No one ever asked. But
Very selectively. Very selective. The 3 earned them. Let's put it to you that way. They were the 3 at that show.
Oh, they go back to that. So, John, talk to us about your style of comedy. What's your favorite style? Do you improv a lot? Do you just read the room? What is your style?
I'm not a big improver, so to speak. I do, but I don't. I usually have a set that I'm putting out. If something like tickles me, I might dwarf on it or expand on it. But most of the time, I stick to what I write
Okay.
and try to get a laugh with that.
so what's the process?
You think of something fucked up to say, and then you
And
say
then you
it in
write it
front of a
down?
bunch of people and hope it gets a laugh.
You see a lot of comedians that they inspire. Their inspiration comes from either family members or themselves. It's like they joke about themselves or random life situations.
I get it from all of that. I try to grab it from wherever it is. Like I got stuff from like my friends' experiences that I'll twist a little and make it sound like it's me, or I'll take something I heard and then try to expand on it and make it funny, or I'll fuck with my girl a little bit.
You might want to take some notes when I beat Blackheart.
What are you
Coming up pretty soon.
all right.
You might
See,
take
that's
some
not even-
funny notes out of that
All right, so-
that you
all
can
right.
use
So
next
do you have
week.
cheaters in your business?
Oh yeah,
All
you
right.
know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheaters. Yeah, I mean it's on camera, Blackheart.
Right, because last time we did this,
It's on film. We pull the
this
replay
time,
back.
we put the card up so everybody could see it. Danny sent me the card.
All right, Danny.
Oh,
let's,
actually, I got a good question, right? So we get this a lot in wrestling.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of retards or untrained people or people lie about their resume.
Yeah.
You know, and
Sure.
then we have a very simple process, you know, literally within 30 seconds, not even that, we know where they are.
Yeah.
You want to tell them people how we know?
Well, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm sure you guys get it if somebody's coming with a huge 2-page resume to a comedy event and he wants to get on stage. You're able to call the BS right away.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's the same thing when it comes to wrestling. I mean, we see somebody, they get in the ring from the moment they come in the door to the time they get in the ring, how they get in the ring, how they carry themselves. We already know it's bullshit.
Usually with us, it's like if they hit the ropes, the footwork.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to get to that
or
that
if
stage.
they're doing a lockup, you know, it's just you can
Just
see.
little things.
Yeah.
Just little things that you see.
So what do you guys do? Do you let this person, like, do you?
Oh, yeah,
like,
we let 'em-
like, hey,
we let
let's
'em
see this
hang.
train wreck.
Yeah, we would watch the train.
You
wreck.
do?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You guys are assholes too.
So,
Yeah,
were,
look at
so
that.
were you there when the Real Deal made his first appearance in comedy?
I think so. I don't know if it was his first show. He might have been. He might have been a couple in.
Okay.
He might have been a
Alright.
couple in before I got to him.
So where do you know, you obviously you've been doing comedy a long time, way longer than Joel.
Yeah.
Where do you see him? What's your honest opinion? We like to keep it raw and real.
He's making
Joe.
good. I think he's making good strides. He's heading in the right direction. He's working hard at it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the moves he's making, I've seen him get funnier.
Yeah,
Like
I've seen some
I
improvement.
seen him.
too.
I seen him take some harsh rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I just seen him at the Pump House, and he did fantastic.
Yeah. But you know, in my opinion, it's just his persona, who he is.
Yeah, it
His
takes
natural persona just gets people. You know, somehow.
Character's a big thing. If you got a good, like in wrestling, if you got a good gimmick,
Yes.
you could suck at wrestling. I mean,
Yeah. And you're gonna attract people's
yeah.
attention anyways,
Yeah.
regardless. Yeah.
Well, the thing that we've been watching the stuff. Went to a couple of live shows. He doesn't put wrestling into it.
No.
Like that's him. I don't understand why he doesn't do that.
I think he's scared to mix it yet
is,
because he's
'cause-
not. Well, in comedy, you don't feel comfortable about throwing something out there unless it's gonna succeed.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
doesn't want to throw it out there if it's not gonna work.
Mhm.
I think he should.
Yeah.
But when he's ready, I think he will.
It's gonna take some time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
He does. He did really good the other night at the Pump House.
Yeah. No, that's good. I mean, but it's like wrestling. You have good shows. You have bad
Yeah.
shows. Some days you have bad shows, but you're good.
Some days you do just what you want to do,
Yeah.
and just the crowd isn't waiting. I mean,
It's 100%.
comedy's subjective. So if they don't get you, or if they preconceive a notion
Yeah.
about you right off the bat, you're kind of dead in the water
Yeah.
anyway. It's hard to win them back after that. You
Yeah.
really got to have years in to change that
Yeah.
kind of direction.
So talking about fans and reacting and all that, have you ever had a instant or a situation where you involve somebody from the audience in one of your jokes and they get offended and they want to fight you or they want to hop on
Every
stage?
time. Every single. I invite that. I actually call guys out of the crowd. I try to get the biggest guy in the room
Yeah.
and get him up, and then get him in on it. And 90% of the time, well,
Yeah.
95% of the time, it works out. We end up. It's good.
Yeah.
There's always that occasion where you pick the biggest guy in the room, you idiot.
Yeah.
And now you just pissed him off.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hope you got your running shoes on.
So hypothetically, right, we're at a club.
Yeah,
We have a big guy in the room.
yeah,
I'm not saying any names, but
sure.
what would be your set to get that person involved?
Well, first one of my jokes is I asked the audience, I said, I tell them I know how to fight. I got real good at it. I got so good I came up with my own move. And then I asked the audience, you want to see the move?
Yeah,
And then they give their response, and I'm never happy with it.
yeah,
I always go, you guys want to see the move? Get them all hyped
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
And I'm good. I'm going to need some volunteers. And then I pick the biggest guy.
yeah.
And then go with it. And then go into the spiel. And then sit him down, hopefully. hopefully this is not the end of the joke. But sometimes it is. But then I go to another guy, the next biggest guy in the room,
Yeah.
and do him. And then do the punchline.
Okay.
And that usually gets a good laugh.
Yeah.
Or I end up running out of the building, not getting paid for the night.
The biggest laugh was Danny taking like an 18-hour never-ending train ride to a wrestling show.
Yeah.
The never-ending train
man.
ride. We should write a book on that one.
How'd you make that one happen?
All the way into Indiana, Rhode Island to Indiana.
On a train.
Yeah, it took like I think it was total of 20-something hours on both trains. But
Oh, Jesus.
never again.
So you grew up locally, right?
Yeah.
All right. So do you remember the story of Charlie the MTA? Or was that more a Massachusetts thing?
More of a Massachusetts.
All right. So,
But go ahead.
but if you look it up, Charlie the MTA, there's a song written
Yeah.
about Charlie who could never get off the MTA because they didn't have change. But guess what? That was Danny.
Yeah.
I was Danny on the
18
Amtrak
hours.
train, 20 something hours.
Uh,
So let's go back to the comments. I see that we're building up some comments there.
Daniel was asking if Blackheart is cheating when you're talking about Bash in
Yeah,
Berlin.
we'll get into that.
all right.
And the real deal, Joel Davis is in the house. He says if you can't pay Rottnn with cash for his appearance tonight, he is willing to take some Mary Jane.
He ain't wrong.
Blackheart
I do
cheat.
get paid in species.
Oh, okay.
You said species or feces?
So get your questions in, guys.
A little stinkier.
Who else we have?
That's it for questions right now.
Daniel says we look like we're in an 80s movie. That's because Danny changed the camera. There was some problems with the original camera that we used. So, you know.
And it was 9:04, and
still have to
Joel
do
was
it
blowing
live.
up the phone, concerned that the show wasn't going on. So
Then we had a problem with the mic and
So we,
yeah,
we,
so-
had
modified.
we had to make it happen. But since they're asking for it, we'll get it right into it. While John's here, we'll get into the Bash in Berlin, the last pay-per-view for the WWE. We had the polls going on. You know, we picked our matches and who was gonna come victorious from those. And Blackheart picked his, and I picked mine. And let's get into that right now.
I
Danny's
said
got
first
the-
match, Cody Rhodes defending the world WWE Championship against Kevin Owens,
but I think we both got that one.
and both you picked Cody.
All right,
So
all right. Very good.
One
Very
each.
good.
I picked Cody too.
All right.
Pick
Good job.
Cody, you had Cody. All right, great.
and you got the Women's Tag Team Championship, Jay Cargill and Bianca Belair against the champions Unholy Union, and
I think I got that one.
Calm down, Blackheart. We're gonna get there. So Jay Cargill and Bianca went over
Yeah.
for the tag team championships. They were victorious
Did you
there.
have that one too?
Yeah.
Blackheart,
You're doing good.
Blackheart had Jay,
2 for
and
2.
Yep.
okay.
you had
Yeah,
Unholy
this-
Union. So it's
This is
2-1. And you had the strap match, CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, and I believe,
I have
Blackheart won that one too.
Yes.
CM Punk, and he
Yes.
took through. So it's,
So it's 2-1.
1-3, right? Yeah, 1-2, yeah.
3-1.
Yeah, 3-1, yep.
All right. Look at it. See.
Who won?
Then you
I'm
had
No, I mean, who won?
Punk.
the
Yeah,
mixed
the
tag team match.
matchup with Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan
that
taking
was a-
on
that was a
Rhea
tough one.
Ripley and yeah, the guy
Dominic?
there. What's his name? Damian Priest.
Now,
Yeah.
Dominic Mysterio, is he Mysterio's?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rey Mysterio's son. Yep.
It's his son?
Yeah.
Yeah, Don picked Rhea and Priest, which he won, and Chris picked Dominic and Lou.
I was surprised on that one.
So, and then the final match here, the main
3-2.
event for the World Heavyweight title, Gunther defending
against
his
the Viper,
championship.
Randy Orton.
Yep.
I picked Gunther.
I picked
And-
Gunter too.
Yeah.
So
So it looks like Chris actually won, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4-2.
4-3.
Yeah. Look at that
Yeah.
again.
This
Oh,
is
no.
bull.
Oh, look
This
at
is
that.
bullshit. Let me
Look
see
at
those
that.
notes, man. I could have swore Blackheart picked Randy Orton.
No, I did not. I didn't think Randy would do it.
I don't know. I
I,
think that.
I did kind of pick Randy.
Yeah, I didn't think he would do it. I think Gunter's on a roll in his hometown, home country.
Danny, you sure you didn't put the X
Is he
here
drunk?
wrong? Because I could have swore Blackheart
Yeah.
picked. We're gonna have to
I
go
sent
back.
you the pictures.
You sent the pictures.
We're gonna have to go back on the video here.
So if anyone he thought it was 3-3, and then he was making up all these democratic rules regarding revoting, early voting, pre-voting.
Let's still come up with a bonus question, Daniel.
What? No. I won.
Okay, you can have your victory.
I won my
Double
victory.
or nothing.
All right, I'm not double. No, I'm leaving. I'm done. I'm not playing anymore. I won.
Wow.
All right. Next pay-per-view.
Unbelievable. Blackheart
Can you please say you're welcome?
finally wins one after all these years.
Yeah.
I'll let you have your moment.
No, that was very good of me.
I'm not.
When
I'm
is
not
the next
bu-
pay-per-view?
I'm not buying it.
You're not buying it. Bring up the
Survivor
proof.
Series, right?
I am not buying it. Daniel, you want to go back to next week's episode? I'm still not buying he picked.
No.
Actually, I sent you guys a picture on Messenger.
I love that there's controversy around.
Yeah, I'm
here.
still not.
That's
He
awesome.
usually cheats.
All right, here it goes right here. All right, right here. Yeah, read that. Read that.
Bullshit.
Gunther.
Yeah.
Gunther.
Yeah.
All right.
Rhea Priest. Dem.
Yeah.
Dem and Liv.
Yeah.
Is that a winner or loss?
Yeah, that was
Gotcha.
win on me. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drew
And-
McIntyre. CM Punk.
Yeah, he has CM Punk.
Yeah. So you got that one. And Van Haley.
Yeah, he had that Holy Union. I
Oh,
had.
holy! Is that
Yeah.
Jesus Christ?
I don't right now.
I think Chris had
That's
some
you.
information.
Did I?
I
And
think he
Corey
had
and
some information.
Vigna.
Yeah. So he actually won this
All right,
this one.
thank
You
you.
both picked Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, now this is like an Eagles game. You know,
He
it's,
actually won there.
it's like 8:30, and you can't believe they lost a 4:00 game.
Well, we win all the time, so it's not like an Eagles game, and we will win tomorrow night in Brazil. Cheap plug.
The Eagles are playing in Brazil.
I have no
Yeah,
idea.
playing the Green Bay Packers tomorrow night.
In Brazil?
Yes,
I had no idea.
starting international games, the NFL.
Get the.
Yeah,
Good
Yeah,
for them,
wow.
but
it's gonna be a big one.
do you know who's not watching it? This guy.
He sucks. He
I didn't
doesn't
even
watch
know they went
sports.
to
I
Brazil.
do.
Yeah,
I know I do.
yeah. Blackheart doesn't know anything about
Are they
sports.
doing good?
It's a season opener.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it just started doing international.
yeah. This
Well,
season.
Well, they were doing like
They
boy-
done
they were
done
doing
it
European
before
stuff.
European stuff, but Brazil, this is all.
Yeah. I
First
remember
time.
the European League.
Well, they're tricking them down there. They're telling everybody football. Everyone
Yeah.
thinks they're going to play soccer. You know.
so
No, they
so gonna be some mad.
Yeah, they're going to be.
they know, man.
We're not there to play foosball.
They know.
The Devil's game.
Getting
Devil,
into
Bobby.
getting into our plugs real quick here. This Saturday night, we return to the Showcase Pro Wrestling Training Center and Arena, 126 Main Street in Woonsocket for Saturday night's main event. Tickets on sale now, showcaseprowrestling.com. Big match already signed for that one, as Daniel Cabral seeks revenge against the Lackey, the hair protection agency,
you just say-
defender of the hair. Matt Michelson, he will be taking on Danny Cabral in a big
Why don't you give a
matchup.
little the debut of Matt Michelson? This is the first opportunity the kid's getting. He's excited. He says he's
Is he
going to
gonna have
salon
AZ
all
hiding
day.
underneath the ring? Or?
Well, AZ does have a manager's license, you know.
What?
What are you talking about? Muldoon approved it.
This guy, we haven't seen Muldoon in the last 3 months.
Muldoon is going to be there Saturday night.
And he approved it.
He
and
approved
now,
it.
Is
Cena
Santa
approved
Claus
it.
coming too? Or
No, I'm not coming. I mean,
Three Little Pigs gonna come down? the ch-
no. It's not. And this is what proper paperwork does.
Yeah. You should have retired when you got this bogus win that you
What?
got on the
Just because
pay-per-view.
you can't count.
All right, so that match
All right,
already
that's-
been
I think that's a
signed.
good match.
Moving on.
What about your match? All
The
right.
heavyweight champion Rambo Godfrey will be in
Open.
hand for an open
Open.
challenge. I said open challenge. That wouldn't be a challenge.
That is a challenge.
So,
You see
we'll
a
find
stallion
out.
running from the field.
We'll find out who's gonna step up to the plate and take on the champion Rambo, who is still undefeated in singles competition in Showcase Pro Wrestling, and a special challenge match because supposedly last time we were in Woonsocket, his car got damaged. Osiris making the challenge to take on yours truly this Saturday night in Woonsocket. Well,
This
you
car
got-
got
I
damaged.
like it.
Yeah, his car got damaged. Supposedly some vandalism happened to his car. I have no idea. So,
I'm not buying it.
Somebody slashed their tires, like I said before.
I think he got stuck at a fair. So.
Puerto Ricans with knives. You never heard of that.
I can vouch for the Puerto Ricans. I date one. They're very stabby.
Very stabby.
Barely stabbed you.
They're very stabby.
You're gonna see that and more come this Saturday night in Woonsocket. So make sure you're there. Saturday night's main event, and then the following week, Friday night, the 13th. The Freaks come out that day, Chris Blackheart. Are you nervous?
No, I usually have about 7 friends with me, so I'm usually fine.
Okay, so Friday night, September 13th, we're back at the Taunton BFW Hall, 82 Ingle Street in Taunton, Massachusetts. 7:47 p.m. bell time. Big matchup that night. Tag team championships will be on the line as Puerto Rico's most wanted. I know Alex is still on the injured reserve. We'll find out what's going to happen, but the match will happen. With or without Alex, I will take on the team of Bionic Dan Redondi and his partner Bug Nasty in a street fight.
The Bionic Beast.
So that's going to happen.
Dan smiling, look at that.
Come September 13th. We're also going to see the gentleman sitting right next to us, Johnny Rottnn,
Yes, sir.
live in the ring,
And
doing
raspy.
doing a big comedy set there. So don't miss out. Friday night, Friday the 13th, in Taunton, Massachusetts. Moving on to the month of October, we're back at the training center on October 5th for another edition of Saturday Night's Main Event. Following week, we're back Friday, October the 11th at the Taunton BFW Hall, and Columbus Day weekend. It's coming up, big Columbus Day weekend.
Yep.
We're back on Autumn Fest in Woonsocket. Are we going to be part of that parade or what?
I do have to confirm with the parade committee, but
Okay, that means he's not calling me. We'll
no,
find out the
we'll
day
go
before.
back. We have a call on this Sunday. We are figuring out which day. It's probably going to be Sunday, Monday.
So
and then
stay
parade on
tuned.
Monday,
Stay
so-
tuned for those
yeah.
dates. But
Well, that's
we
if
are
they
going
let
to
us, because you put video of Chris Spratt being drunk all over the street, so I don't
Well,
know.
yeah,
let us
let's
in the
not
parade
talk
now.
about Chris Pratt. Let's focus on the
He
Columbus
drinks-
Day
he
weekend.
drinks
We're going to be
everything.
there either Sunday or Monday with 2 big shows. So you want to stay tuned for that, for all the info on that. Stay tuned to see if Danny's going to be picking up the carriages in the parade. All that and more coming up in the next week or so here. We'll have all that information. If we move it along to October 12th. Is it 12th?
Yeah.
I can't see from far.
Saturday the 12th.
Saturday the 12th, What a Nightmare, RCW, Royal Crown Wrestling
Oh, it's the
returns
18th.
to...
Nope, you do the date. 12th
Danny
is,
always does this thing.
12th is Powerhouse.
He pulled up, as Danny, I'm looking
Oh, my
at the
bad.
screen. You blew it.
Damn
You
it, kid.
fucked up again, you're fired. I'm looking at the screen, he pulls up RCW, there we go, okay. Powerhouse Wrestling returns to the Sturbridge Host Hotel Event Center in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. Halloween Bash, big matchup already signed. The battle of ex-WWE superstars has the masterpiece. Chris Masters makes his Powerhouse Wrestling debut to take on Mr. Kennedy, Ken Anderson, in what's going to be a big battle there, as well as former TNA World Champion, the Cowboy James Storm, debuts, and he will take on the winner of the big battle royal that night to crown the new Powerhouse Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Also an intergenders match that was signed as IWA Puerto Rico Women's Champion and Powerhouse Wrestling Women's Champion Evie De La Rosa will take on former WWF superstar, or WWE, James Ellsworth. And we've heard what James has been saying the last couple of weeks.
Are we going to get him on the podcast? Or?
I'm trying to see if he wants to, come out and publicly say the things that he was saying about Ivy and women and all that.
What was he saying?
Just that women belong in the kitchen and cleaning and changing diapers and looking up at the lights. I don't know. That's his words. But
Not his.
but we're going to find out what's going to happen October 12th, Saturday night at the Sturbridge Host Hotel in Sturbridge, Mass. You could get your tickets at Powerhouse Wrestling NE, Eventbrite.com. Tickets are moving fast, so don't miss out. Halloween Bash, Powerhouse Wrestling, October 12th in Sturbridge. Now, Daniel,
No.
we go to October the 18th in Medford, Massachusetts for What a Nightmare as Royal Crown Wrestling returns to Medford. Big main event matchup already signed as the Big Wrecking Ball NWA Power Star will take on former WWE Superstar and TNA Wrestling star AJ Francis in the battle of two big men, 300-pound plus guys. They're going to go at it. That's going to be a great matchup there. And all the stars of Royal Crown Wrestling will be on hand. Check out RoyalCrownWrestling.com for all the info on tickets and Royal Crown Wrestling in all the social media networks for that. All right.
It's getting fucking hot over there.
Yeah, I know, right? Long. Got completed there. All right, Danny. Next time you got to flip flop the screen there.
Flip flop and fly the screen.
Yes. What do you got, Chris Blackheart?
Well, no, I mean, somebody else has a paper here.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
Why don't you give
got
us
some
some stuff?
upcoming stuff.
You know, comedy
All
and
right.
wrestling.
Send it over to Rottnn.
Let's see, what do we got here? We got, I got the Paul Santos show at Mickey B's in New Bedford. That's this Monday at 6:30. And then I got the Acorn Acres Campground in Bosra, Connecticut. That's going to be Saturday, September 28th. Then I got, no, I'm not saying that. I got the comedy benefit at the VFW, the Doughboy in Somerville, Mass. That's November 10th. That one's 2 to 5, and you can get your tickets at www.doughboyvfw529.com.
So there you have it. You want to check out Rottnn doing some comedy, get some laughs. Make sure you follow him. You got social media too, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Watch your social media, get it out there, let people know how they can check up on your stuff,
Okay, that's
upcoming
not
dates, and all that
I
stuff.
grabbed from the end of the thing. Give me that card I gave you.
Bosra, Connecticut.
The link's in the
I think we used
description.
to go to that campground.
Yeah, that's what I was
I
thinking.
think we wrestled in that campground.
Ah, jeez.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, Danny, can you
He flipped it. He flipped it.
This is live, so you guys know the drill by now. Oh, there we go. We're tossing stuff around. This is all live and real.
Imagine me not knowing my own friggin' media.
Well, his Facebook page is in the description, so
Yeah.
the link's
well,
right
my
there.
Facebook, yeah. My Facebook page is on the thing. My TikTok is Mr. Johnny Rotten at TikTok.com. And Mr. Johnny Rotten 6988 on Instagram.
All right, so make sure you go follow Johnny.
I also do local shows in Warwick at bars. And if you're from Warwick, you know the bars I do. Like Ollie's and in Coventry, I do the Bean Barn. We haven't set them up yet, but we're going to be doing them again pretty soon, hopefully.
Okay, so there you go.
Do you know what that remind me of? Remind me like the late 90s when you had your phone in a beeper.
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
250
yeah.
minutes.
Oh, you had a
And
beeper, yeah.
I did. Well, I didn't know my number.
Everybody.
You didn't know your number. Do you know your beeper number?
No, I
I
can't.
do.
even
Mine was
remember.
978-545-4883.
Make sure you go page Blackheart
Yeah, you can
after we
page
go
me.
off the air tonight.
Yep. Yeah, and that's when you can only give special people that
Yeah.
your phone numbers.
Because your asshole friends would just put boobs
Yeah.
or something.
That was,
Remember all the secret codes you put in?
Yeah.
Like your mom's tits are nice.
Oh man.
.com.
So Danny, just because you had a grin on your face earlier, when we made
Which
the
one?
match announcements, Daniel, where's your partner? He's been on a hiatus.
Well, it must be.
Must be partners are gathering
I
to
know.
take vacations.
Are they
Is he on a
vacationing
train?
together?
Is he on a
Yeah,
train?
he's on the train. Did you ever get bucked off the train?
I think he's still on that train. Is he going to be there Saturday?
I don't know. You tell me.
Fantastic. What kind of partner?
He's like,
When I was tagging with a certain individual, I knew exactly where he was all the time. I knew the dates.
Yep. So
Good question.
Buck Nasty, if
I
you're
mean-
there, wake up.
I
Reach
mean-
out to Danny.
just make sure he parks his car in a safe place. God forbid his tires get
Don't forget to beep them.
Yeah.
I get the
So Johnny, any stories you want to share with us here that we haven't touched up on? You know, as far as comedy gigs or wrestling stories. Any stories we could get into?
We did a thing. We went down to do like these interview things in Philly, and we were picking up Gary Wolf with the pit bulls.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend was driving.
Okay.
This is the Puerto Rican in question.
All right.
And so now we stick 3 wrestlers in the car, and me and her, and it's a Juke. I don't know if you know how small a Juke is.
Yeah, the Nissan.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yes.
Nissan Juke.
Yes, yes.
So we stuffed everybody in there, and now we just got through doing a thing at the ECW arena there.
Yeah, 2300 arena.
And so we're gonna go get steak and cheeses in Philly. You can't
Yeah,
not
yeah,
go
yeah,
to Philly and
yeah,
get
of
a
course.
steak and cheese, right?
Yep.
So my girlfriend's driving. We don't know the area. Gary's driving. Gary's giving us directions. And I don't know if you know this, but their speed bumps are extra large.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like bigger than
It's like a
Yeah.
it's like a sidewalk.
Yeah.
Right? And she's doing 45, 50 down the road. No warning of the speed bump. So now we all went up in the air about 30 feet. Dukes of Hazzard, it crashed down. I couldn't help it. I started laughing. My girlfriend's freaking out.
Oh, it's funny
You
as
know.
shit.
She thought her car was
The
shit.
3 wrestlers in the back. We're gonna make it to the fucking steak and cheese place, and yeah, we did. But that's
I was thinking cheese.
fantastic. It
You
was
guys
Philly.
went to
Philly.
the gimmick places like Pat and Gino's, or you went to a old school mom and pop place?
The first place we went to was an old school mom and pop place, which had a fantastic.
Those were the
steak
best
and cheese.
ones.
Yeah.
Those were the best ones.
Then we went to the the gimmick place, and it was all right.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it's not as
I
good
could have
as
got that in Rhode Island.
the corner store, mom and pop places that really do
The mom and
old
pops
school.
is the ones
Yeah.
you want to go to.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
need somebody from Philly to show you where it is, because I'll tell you right now, if
Yeah.
you don't know, you don't know.
You guys didn't find yourself in Kensington, did you?
Oh yeah.
You want to see some real size shows, man. I tell people all the time, you go down to South Philly, I mean,
You don't know. You
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's a whole different world down there.
It's
and
a different. It's definitely a different world.
It's unbelievable to see that stuff like that still going around in America. You know what I mean? Like it's sad how people are down there. What do we got?
So sending the information for the real deal, Joel Davis.
Is Real Deal in the comments again? or-
Yep.
What's Joe got for us?
So yeah, I was gonna text it to Chris, but where in the world is Joel Davis? He's gonna be Saturday, September 7th at the Rodney Dangerfield Club in New York City. So this is Joel Davis going prime time.
He's going to New York City. He's gonna go see my boy Brian Starr and give him a ride back to Rhode Island.
There you go.
Yeah, actually, that could work out really well. And we did, what? It's 9:48. Come on, Joel.
I mean, Joe. We were getting there. I mean,
Yeah.
That's it. We're not doing where in the world is Joe Davis this week. He would not be in New York in September. We're not plugging.
on the
First,
7th.
We're not plugging on the 7th.
At
It's the
Rodney
first time.
Dangerfield's
Yeah,
Club.
We're not plugging it.
No, we're not.
So, Joel,
If you're in
That's
New York
it.
City, do not go September 7th to Rodney Dangerfield to see the Real Deal
Yeah,
Joe
we're not
Davis.
doing it.
Because he will not be there that night.
nope. Ronnie Dangerfield Club in New York City. Joel Davis will not be there
I just said that.
on September 7th.
Rodney definitely won't be.
Yeah.
Well, he could be.
Oh, man.
I think we should have a comedy showdown, man. We should set this up, a comedy showdown. Johnny Rotten against Joel Davis in a comic standoff.
Danny's making matches now. He's booking now.
What's your last name?
That was coming down from the top.
Yeah. He was working himself up to pull a string or two. Dan asked me, Joe's blaming you. Joe's blaming Dan. He said Dan asked him.
Oh yeah, I asked him when his next thing was, but I was
We're
trying to
only-
text it over to Chris.
We're only busting chops, Joe.
Yeah.
Any questions? I mean, you got your buddy on the show. Joe's just been trying to steal your thunder. I mean, he's plugging his shit. You got a question for Mr. Rotten?
So, if he doesn't, why don't you ask him next time you see him about the story about Joel Davis in the shower with The Rock. All right, ask him about that story. All right?
I definitely will have to ask
Yes,
him.
it's a good story.
You heard that, right, Joel?
Yeah.
Did you watch the episode that Joe was on, Jerry Springer?
Yeah.
You recognize this guy from the episode?
Yeah.
He was the guy that
Right,
got his girlfriend stolen.
There was 2 episodes. I was
Yeah.
episode 2.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Yeah, he was the one that his girlfriend got stolen from.
Yes.
Oh.
She was my girlfriend from the 1st grade.
And she got stolen by who?
By Joel. Joel wanted revenge.
Oh.
Yeah, can you believe that? He took her from me.
See?
Bastard.
I didn't know any better. She was
Bastard.
my first love.
So you see, finally he got to get a win today again on social media. After all these losses, even on national television, Chris Blackheart. Finally get a win.
So did he kidnap her? Do you, like, stick her in
I
the
don't
car?
believe so.
No.
She's down in New York at the Rottnn-Comedian.
She could. I haven't seen her in 27 years now.
Yeah,
Or-
was she hot?
No, I was in the 1st grade. She was my first love.
She must have been hot then.
At the 1st grade? You know? Just very spiteful, you know?
Hot to you.
Yeah.
Well, you don't go with them if you don't like them.
No, but I mean, if you like somebody when you're what, 5?
But in the 1st grade, you smell her hair. Ooh,
5.
she's pretty.
Yeah, and then you're with them like almost 20 years, and a friend of yours goes to the gym.
Yeah.
And then you
You
get
know.
married and you can't stand them.
Well, that's, yeah.
No, I never married that
That's,
one.
that's the end of that
That's
story.
the end. That's where we let James Ellsworth come in and tell us about the story there, the ending. But speaking of ending, we're reaching that time where we have to say goodbye and wrap things up. Chris Blackheart, any other things you want to get
We
out?
will see you Saturday night in Woonsocket, bell time 7:07. Sergeant Muldoon will be in the house. Don Vega, first time. Is this the first time you and Osiris?
No, we've wrestled each other in the past,
All right,
but
it's been a while.
it's been a while.
Who do you predict?
Yeah, who do you predict on that one?
On that one? Oh, is there any doubt?
Yeah, I got Osiris. He's
Oh,
a
you got-
submission machine.
He's a
When's the
submission.
last time you submitted?
We're going to find out.
Wasn't it a street fight?
The street fight is the following week
Oh,
when you're
oh.
going to be doing the comedy gig September 13th.
Who's going to be a partner for, what's his name, does it show up?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Who's
don't
going to be
worry about
Blackheart or Johnny Rottnn?
it. What?
Don't worry. You just
Listen.
have to wait and see.
All these little JCs, junior bookers.
You have to wait and see, Danny. You know, hopefully Buck shows up because he's missing in action as well.
So it might
Yeah.
be one-on-one.
It could be one-on-one
It
or
might be
one on
one-on-one.
none. What happens if you don't show up? You could be stuck on the train going to Boston on the red line.
I mean, that could happen, but the
Doing
only
laps
way
in hell.
the only way to find out is coming this Saturday night to Woonsocket, 126 Main Street at the Showcase Arena, and the following week, September 13th, at the BFW Hall in Taunton, 82 Ingle Street, 7:47 p.m. bell time. You'll get to see all the stars of Showcase Pro Wrestling. You get to see that big street fight for the Tag Team Championship, and you'll get to see my man here, our guest this week, Johnny Rottnn. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
I
Thank you for
appreciate
having
your
me.
time.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you in Taunton the 13th. But for tonight, for now, for Danny Badandi behind the keyboards there, flip-flopping the screens, for the boss Chris Blackheart and Don Vega, we'll catch you next week in the Showcase Pod.